Terraform is an open source software. Terraform is an open source software created by HashiCorp company. HashiCorp company created this Terraform software, and this Terraform is implemented in Go programming language. Why we are using this Terraform? Terraform we are using as infrastructure as a code. Whatever the infrastructure we need to create for our project, that we can create by using Terraform. So what is the difference between Terraform and CloudFormation? Using CloudFormation also, we can create the infrastructure. Using Terraform also, we can create the infrastructure. CloudFormation supports only for AWS, whereas Terraform supports multiple cloud providers. In the AWS, we can create infrastructure by using Terraform. In the Azure also, we can create the infrastructure by using Terraform. In the GCP also, we can create the infrastructure by using Terraform. What is the difference between Terraform and Ansible? Terraform and Ansible differences. Terraform is infrastructure provisioning software. Ansible is configuration provisioning software. Terraform is infrastructure provisioning software. Ansible is configuration provisioning software. Using Terraform, we can create the machines, whereas using Ansible, we are going to install the softwares in the machines. Terraform is used to create the infrastructure, whereas Ansible is used to install the softwares in the existing machines. In yesterday's session, we have taken one EC2 instance. You can take any EC2, not only Red Hat guys. I have taken Red Hat. You can take Ubuntu, or you can take Amazon Linux. You can take any Linux flavor, no problem. I have taken Red Hat Linux. So what is the reason for taking Red Hat? There is no specific reason. So I want to experiment with the multiple flavors of the Linux. That's why. So initially we used Ubuntu. Later we used Amazon Linux. Now I'm using Red Hat, like that. Okay. So these are the commands that we are able to, we are using these commands in order to install Terraform. Once the Terraform is installed, we are able to check the version of the Terraform. Then we are creating our first Terraform script, and we have executed. This Terraform script I am using to launch one EC2 instance in the AWS. So yesterday, we have created our first script by using Terraform. So what is this language? Is it a JSON? Is it a JSON language? Is it a YML language? Which language we are following to write the Terraform script? It is HCL language, not Go language, guys. Go language used to develop the software, not for writing the scripts. Scripts we are writing by using HCL language. What is HCL? HashiCorp configuration language. HashiCorp company developed this Terraform. They provided their own language to write the scripts in the Terraform. That is HCL language. So first we are configuring our provider information. AWS is our provider. Who is your cloud provider? In which cloud you want to create the infrastructure? You specify your provider data first. Once you have specified the provider information, in which region you want to create, and IAM user credentials, access key and secret key, we have specified there. Then what resource you want to create? So resource, I'm specifying it as AWS instance. I want to create the resource AWS instance. This resource name is a fixed name, guys. You need to give it as AWS instance only. This name can be anything. This name you can give as anything. So this is the name of the resource AWS instance, which is used to create EC2 machine. In that I specified AMI, instance type, key name, security groups, and tags. Okay. After that, we executed Terraform commands. So what are the commands we executed in the Terraform? The first command is Terraform init. The first command is a Terraform init command. What is the purpose of Terraform init command? It is used to initialize the Terraform in that directory. In which directory you have the Terraform script? That directory we need to initialize as a Terraform directory. For that, we are using Terraform init. What is the extension for the Terraform files, guys? Can you tell me what is the extension for Terraform files? What is the extension for Terraform files? .tf. .tf. Terraform init command is used to initialize our Terraform directory. Then Terraform format command. So whenever you write Terraform script, if you don't follow proper alignment, then you can adjust it by using fmt command, format command. Whatever the script we are writing, is that script, is the Terraform script valid or not? We can verify by using Terraform validate command. We can verify that script is valid or not by using Terraform validate command. Then we can see the plan of execution. So Terraform plan command we are going to execute. So first init, then plan, then apply. These three commands we need to execute. Terraform init, it is used to initialize. Terraform plan, it is used to prepare the plan to execute our script. Then Terraform apply. Terraform apply command is used to execute the script. Then the infrastructure will be created. Once you execute the script for first time, can we execute for the second time also? No, changes will not be reflected, because whenever you execute a Terraform script, it is going to maintain the status of the script execution in the TF state file. If the state file is available, then the script is not going to work. If the state file is available already in that location, then script is not going to work for that. Script is not going to work for that. Okay, guys. Now let's go to this ls-l. Yesterday we created a file called main.tf with root user we have created. So sudo vi main.tf, sudo vi main.tf. So see here, this is the Terraform script I have created yesterday to create EC2 instances. I have specified region, I specified my access key, I specified my secret key. Okay, guys. Resource AWS instance, AWS server I'm creating, count to 3. That means 3 instances it is going to create. Instance type, key name, security group, tag name, I have specified. So this is the script I used yesterday to create EC2 instances. To create the EC2 instances, I have used that script. Did you guys practice it? Is it working for you? Guys, is it working for you? Did anybody tried working with Terraform? Is it successful in your system? Yes, I have shared yesterday's video also in our Telegram group. So if anybody has any doubt on this, I have shared that yesterday's class video also in our Telegram group. Okay, fine. So today let's understand some other concepts related to Terraform. Any questions I will take at the end of the session. Okay, right? Now guys, here once the infrastructure got created, can we destroy the infrastructure using Terraform? Whatever the infrastructure I have created by using Terraform, can we destroy that infrastructure? Can we destroy that infrastructure? Do we have a command to destroy? Yes, Terraform destroy command is available in order to destroy that infrastructure. In order to destroy that infrastructure. Okay, guys, now here, if you observe our Terraform script, so what is available in this Terraform script? We have provider configuration as well as we have resources configuration. Two types of configurations are available in our TF file. Okay, main.tf file. In this main.tf file, we have provider configuration as well as resource configuration. Instead of keeping this resource configuration and provider configuration in the single file, we can separate them. We can keep provider configuration in one TF file and we can configure resources in the another TF file. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Clear? ls-l. I am making one directory mkdir1. Sorry, mkdir1 cd1. Clear this. ls-l. Do we have anything in the ls-l now? Currently, I have created one directory called one directory. In the one directory, nothing is available. I'm going to create one file vi provider.tf. vi provider.tf. In this file, I'm going to configure my provider information. I'm going to configure my provider information in this file. Okay. So let me copy the secret key and access key once again. Access key and secret key. Access key. This is my EC2 user access key. Sorry, IAM user access key. This is my IAM user secret key. Secret key. Got it. Okay. This is my correct provider information. This is my correct provider information. Now, in this provider information, I have in this TF file, I have provider data as well as resource data. So what I will do for a provider, I am creating separate file called provider.tf. I'm creating a separate file for provider.tf. Okay. I'm creating separate file provider.tf. Then I'm creating one more file called main.tf. In the main.tf file, I'm going to configure my actual script, which is used to create EC2 instances. Create EC2 instances. I'm not giving the count as 3 guys. Let's leave it. If you don't give any count, then it is going to create by default one EC2 instance. AWS VMs server. Any name. Okay. Let's save it. ls-l. Can you see how many files available? Do we have one file or do we have two files? Two files are available. Why two files are available? Why two files are available? One file is used to maintain provider data. Another file is used to maintain resources data. Provider.tf file contains, you see, vi provider.tf. I just configure my provider name, AWS, region AP South 1, access key and secret key. That's it. Go for vi main.tf. Here I just configured my AWS EC2 instance details. I want to create one EC2 instance for this. Okay, close it. So what is the first command that we need to execute? Before going to execute this script, let's go to EC2 dashboard. Let us see the instances which are currently running. Currently, how many instances are running, guys? Can you tell me? Currently, there is only one instance running. Okay, now go here. Let's execute Terraform init. Initialize this directory as a Terraform directory. Initialize this directory as Terraform directory. I initialized it. Next one, Terraform format. Provider.tf file got formatted. File got formatted. Okay, now Terraform validate. Whatever the script we have written, is that script valid or not? Yes, script is valid. Then let's execute Terraform plan. I want to plan my script execution. Yes, plan created to execute it. Then let's go for Terraform apply. I'm going to give auto approve. So it no need to ask my permission, just you execute. Terraform apply auto approve. See here, you no need to press yes also. If you just give Terraform apply, it is going to ask you to approve. Now it is not asking because I am giving Terraform apply auto approve. The script is getting executed. It is going to create one EC2 instance in my AWS account using this Terraform script. Okay, now go here, refresh one can you see that the instance got created? Can you see the second instance got created? Earlier there was only one instance running. Now can you see one EC2 instance got created? Yes or no, guys? EC2 instance got created. Now Once the script got executed here, let us check any changes happened here. Guys, can you see any change happened? Terraform.tf state. Can you see one state file got created? See what is there in the state file. vi terraform tf state file. All the information. What this script has done, that instance ID it is stored. It is maintaining the data of the script execution in the state file. Sir, I want to create one more instance. Can I execute the same file again? Can I execute the same file again? Same TF file I'm going to execute once again. Is it going to create one more instance? Terraform apply. Terraform apply. Hyphen auto approve. Okay, check it. Is it going to create? Terraform has completed your infrastructure against your configuration and found no differences, no changes are needed. So when I execute this script for first time, it created one EC2 instance and it created TF state file. When I execute the same script, is it creating one more instance or it is not creating one more instance? Guys, if I run the same script again, it is creating one more instance or it is not creating one more instance? It is not creating one more instance. How it identified that this script already executed? How this Terraform understood that the script got already executed? By using TF state file. So whenever you run this script, that is maintained in the TF state file. When you run this script, that is maintained in the TF state file. So it is not going to execute the script once again when you run it. Okay. Now, if you want to run the same script again, then what should we do? If you want to run the same script again, then what should we do, guys? Can you tell me? What we need to do to run the same script again? Come on, I need your answers. We need to delete TF state file. We need to delete our TF state file. Then we can run it. Then it is going to execute the script again, and it is going to create the infrastructure once again for that. But is it a recommended approach if I want to create 10 machines? If I want to create 10 EC2 instances, execute the script first time, then delete the TF state file, then execute the instance second time, delete the state file, then execute the third time, same script, delete the TF, then execute fourth time. Is it the approach? Is it the approach we need to follow to create 10 EC2 instances? No. So what is the approach we need to follow to create the 10 EC2 instances? There is a count option. There is an option called count option. Count is equal to 3, count is equal to 10, count is equal to 20. You can specify how many number of EC2 instances you want to create. You can specify how many number of EC2 instances that you want to create. You can specify them. So with this, are we able to understand how to create one EC2 instance, how to create multiple EC2 instances, how to separate provider data and resource data? So do we need to keep provider data, resource data in the single file, or we can separate them also? Do we need to keep them in the single file, or we can separate them also? We can separate them. That is what I have done now. I'm keeping provider data in one file. I'm keeping provider data in one file, and resource data I'm keeping in one file. Provider TF contains just provider information, IAM user information. Now, main.tf contains my actual Terraform script, which is used to create our EC2 instance. Okay, very good. Next one, we are going to understand how to use the variables. Before going to use the variables concept, whatever the infrastructure created, let me destroy. Terraform destroy auto approve. Spelling mistake. Auto approve. It is going to destroy the script which got created. Terraform destroy command. It is going to terminate the EC2 instance which got created. Whatever the EC2 instance I have created, I am going to delete it. Yes, that EC2 instance got deleted. Okay. Next one, variables concept in the Terraform. Variables concept in the Terraform. Now guys, if you see the script here, I'm specifying everything inside the script only. AMI, instance type, key name, security groups, tags, everything I'm specifying inside my main script. The values I have specified here. Instead of specifying the values directly in the script, we can maintain them in the variable file. We can maintain them in the variable file. Are you guys getting my point? Are you guys getting my point? Currently, we are hard coding everything. Okay. So instead of hard coding the details, we can create variable file vars.tf. Can you see what are the variables I'm creating? Can you see what are the variables I'm creating? Can you guys see here? We are writing the variables now. Here, whatever we use it to specify in the script file, whatever we use it to specify in the script file, now we are extracting those values. We are keeping them in a separate file called variables file. Now, variables file, suppose here if you see AMI value, I'm hard coding. This is the instance type. What type of instance you want to create? Okay, AMI we are specifying. Instead of specifying this AMI in the script file directly, we can create one variable for that AMI. Variable name AMI, description, what is the purpose of the description, what is the default value you want to take for the AMI. So for my script, I am creating one variables.tf file and I am declaring the variables, variable AMI, description and default. Instance type. In the script, if you see instance type, I'm specifying as t2.micro. I'm specifying t2.micro. But instead of specifying the t2 micro in the script directly, we can create one variable with a name called instance type. The default value I am giving as t2.micro. Instances count. Here, if you see count, I'm giving as 3 hard-coded value. Instead of giving the count 3 hard-coded value, I'm going to specify one variable called instances count variable. Default value I'm specifying as 2. So instead of hard coding the values in the script, Instead of hard coding the values in the script, we are going to declare them in the variables. We are going to declare them in the variables file. Now, here I have declared a variable called AMI. How to use this variable in the script? Now see here, this is my provider configuration, and here this is my resource configuration. In the resource configuration, I am using the variables. So here AMI is available now. It is in the variable var.ami. We are keeping in the dollar of var.ami. It is coming from variables file. Similarly, instance type, I don't want to hard code that type here. I'm taking var.instance type. Key name, Linux, key pair name. This also you can configure in the variable file. Security groups also we can configure in the variable file. And when we are creating multiple machines, how to give a unique name? How to give unique name for every machine? Yesterday, when we created multiple machines, for every machine the name is coming as same. I want to give the different name for them. I want to give the different name for them. EC2 VM1, EC2 VM2, EC2 VM3. How many instances we are creating? I want to give the number for each instance. That we can do in the tag Terraform server. I can say EC2 VM. I can say this EC2 VM hyphen count index. Count here, I'm going to specify how many instances I'm going to create. I'm going to create 3 instances. First instance will have instance 1, second one will have number 2, third one will have number 3. Like this, we can create multiple instances. Like this, we can create multiple instances. Okay. So here, instead of hard coding the values in the script, we can keep the values in the variables file and we can refer them from the variables file. So let me do this example. CD. Yeah. Let me come out from here. क्या हुआ भाई? Hang हो गया. Duplicate this tab. ठीक है. I'm connecting once again. Yes. Clear. ls-l. Okay. Now I am making one more directory mkdir2 cd space 2 ls-l. Currently, I don't have anything in this. Now, I am going to create one file called variables file. I'm going to create one file called variables file. How to create that variables file? vi vars.tf insert mode. Whatever the variables we want, we can keep them in the variables file. Okay, I'm keeping them in the variables file. Save it. Next one, vi provider.tf. Provider information I'm keeping in separate file. So this is my provider information. I'm keeping this in separate file. Okay. Now I am going to create my main file vi main.tf. vi main.tf. In this main tf file, I'm going to specify the script which is using variable names, which is using variable names. Click on paste. Yeah, here am I giving the value or I'm referring the variables? In this main.tf, am I giving the values? Am I referring the variables? Am I giving the value? Am I using the variable? Come on. Variables I am using. Okay, fine. So I'm using here security group. With this name, do we have a security group? With this name, do we have a security group? We don't have it. So whatever the security group is available, let's give that Ashokite-security group. Let's check it. What is the security group we have? Let's check it. What is the security? Ashok IT underscore. Ashok IT underscore security underscore group. So this is the name. Ashok IT underscore security underscore group. Okay. So that is the security group I have given. I'm using variable names. Now save it. Guys, if you observe total, how many files are available? Guys, if you observe total, how many files are available? Total 3 files are available. What are those 3 files? Why 3 files I have taken? What are those 3 files and why I have taken 3 files? Come on, come on, come on. We are splitting our configuration. If you keep everything in the single file, it is difficult to manage. If you keep everything in the single file, it is difficult to manage. So that's why we are splitting the files for reusability purpose. Okay. Main script to create the resources, I'm keeping in one file called main.tf. In the main.tf, I don't want to hard code the things. So I'm keeping variables in one file, vi vars.tf. Vi vars.tf. Count I have given as 2 default. Okay. Guys, is this alignment is correct? Is it proper? Is it looking beautiful? Is this alignment looking beautiful? No. Can we format it? Can we format this alignment? Can we format this alignment? Yeah. How to do this? Terraform format. Okay. So now if you see vi main.tf, here I have specified my resource AWS instance. Okay. Count instances count I have given dollar of var instances count, which is declared in the variable file var.ami var instance type. This is having some issue. AWS VM server. Okay. Now close it. Fine. Clear. In order to execute the script, what is the first command we need to execute? In order to execute the Terraform script, what is the first command we need to execute? Terraform init. We need to initialize Terraform. Terraform init. We need to initialize the Terraform. After this, can we do script formatting? Can we do the script formatting? Yeah. To adjust the spaces, Terraform format command is available. Yes, 3 files adjusted. Let's check it. Vi vars.tf. File name can be anything. Is it adjusted properly now? Is it adjusted properly now? Yes, it adjusted properly now. Okay. Next up, let's execute. Let's execute it. In order to execute it, first let's validate. Is the script valid or not? Yes, the configuration is valid. Let's do the plan to execute it. Terraform init plan apply. That is the sequence. Init plan apply. We created plan for this. Plan for this. Now Terraform apply auto approve. Terraform apply auto approve. Let's do this. Yep. Is it getting executed or not? It is getting executed. Let's go to our EC2 instances. See, instances are getting created or not. Can you see, guys? Instances are creating. Dynamically name also coming. VM0, VM1. Are we getting that name dynamically? Are we getting the name dynamically 0, 1? Yes. How I manage it to get this dynamic name? How I manage to get this dynamic name? We are giving count of index. Count already I specified how many instances we want to create. Count.index, it is getting the index number. It is getting the index number. Are you clear? Are you clear with this? Now, instead of specifying the variables in a separate file, you can pass them in the runtime. But instead of passing in the runtime, it is recommended to specify the variables in a separate file called vars.tf. it is recommended to specify the variables in the vars.tf. And you can, this is the variable name. Variable name can be anything. You can use any name for the variable. It is just a name. It is just a name. Variable AMI, that value I'm giving. So if I want to access this variable value, var.ami, I'm going to use. You see here, var.ami, dollar of var.ami, I'm using to get that variable value. var.ami, I'm using to get that variable value. Samjha? Okay. So here you can keep the variables in a file, or you can pass the variables in the runtime also. Good. Next one. When we are writing the script in the Terraform, sometimes I want to write some comments. Okay. Here in the Ansible playbooks also, we can write the comments. Yash represents comment, right? So similarly, here also you can write the comments in the Terraform scripts. Terraform script file will be available .tf as an extension. If you want to comment something in the Terraform script, if you want to comment a particular line, then you can use yash. Yash is used for single line comment. In the Java, we will use a double slash for single line comment. Na? Here also, you can use a double slash for single line comment. In the Java, we will use a double slash for single line comment. In this HCL also, you can use the single line comment by using hash or by using double slash. Okay. If you go to the files here, main.tf is available. Na? Vi main.tf insert mode. Here you can write a comment main resource creation script. Main resource creation script. Like this, you can write the comment also. Hash you can use, slash you can use. If you want to comment multiple lines, then from where you want to comment, there you can specify slash star. Till where you want to comment, there you can specify star slash. So single line comment and multi-line comments also we can use in this Terraform script. It is a HCL file. HashiCorp configuration language we are using to write our scripts. In that script, to improve the readability of your script, you can write the comments also, right? Single line comment we can do by using hash or double slash. Multi-line comment slash star and star slash, starting point and ending point. Okay. Next one. Guys, currently what we are doing with our provider configurations, we are keeping a provider.tf file. In that file, we are configuring region, access key, and the secret key. Instead of configuring the provider data, in the file, you can keep them as a environment variable. You can set the path of AWS access key ID, AWS secret access key. Like this in the terminal, you can execute this command. In the terminal, you can execute this command. So if you set these credentials in the command prompt as a path variables, then you no need to configure them in the provider.tf file also. So there are multiple ways that we can deal with them. There are multiple ways that we can deal with our configuration files. There are multiple ways that we can deal with configuration files, right? Configuration of the credentials. So credentials we can store in our TF file directly. In the script file itself, you can store your credentials, or you can keep the provider credentials in a separate file, provider.tf, like that you can specify. Instead of that, you can specify these credentials as a path variables in the Linux machine. Okay. Now, if you take this access key and the secret key, if we take this access key and the secret key, whatever access key is available, I can execute them. As a path variable. Then I can specify this. Secret key and my access key. All right. Here I'm going to specify this. Yes. Now I'm going to use export AWS access key ID. This is used to set the path in the Linux export AWS access key ID. Similarly, we can set the path for secret access key also. I can specify this. Done. AWS access key ID, AWS secret access key, I'm setting them as a path variables in the terminal. Check it. Did they set properly? Echo dollar AWS access key ID. Are we getting that value? Echo is used to get the value. Echo is used to print dollar of the variable, which is printing that value. Similarly, echo dollar of what is the key name? AWS secret access key. Yes. Are we able to set the values to the environment variables by using export option? Yes. In the Windows, we will use a set option. In the Windows, we will use a set. Set is used to set the value to the variable. In the Linux, we are using export. Now, if you set these variables in the terminal, then you no need to specify them in the TF file. It will take from our terminal. It will take from our terminal. This is one of the approach that we can use to deal with the credentials. Provider credentials. Provider credentials, you can set them here and you can run your TS file. You can run your TS file. Okay, good. Now my requirement is I want to create a EC2 instance and I want to install a web package. I want to deploy a static website. By using Terraform, I want to do that. By using Terraform, I want to do that. Now guys, see here, when we are launching our EC2 instance, there is an option called user data. So do you know what is user data? Do you know what is user data here? Can anyone tell me what is the purpose of user data? Can anyone tell me what is the purpose of user data that we are using? What is the purpose of user data now? Which is used to execute some script when the instance is launching for first time. I want to execute some script. A simple example, I want to run some script which will install a web package and deploy a static website, which will install web package like HTTPD server I want to install, and I want to start that server. I want to host one static website in the EC2. I want to create a EC2 instance along with the user data. I want to pass that script. Instead of doing that EC2 creation, web package installation manually, I want to do that with a Terraform script. Are you guys able to understand my requirement? Are you guys able to understand my requirement? Okay. So first let me destroy this. Terraform destroy auto approve. Whatever the infrastructure we have created, I'm going to destroy them because now I'm going to create one more script which is going to create EC2 instance along with user data. Okay, you got my point now. What is user data? Whenever we are creating a EC2 instance for first time, when we are launching the EC2 instance for first time, we can specify user data. User data is nothing but set of commands that we want to execute in the Linux machine. The script that we want to execute in the Linux machine, we can set that as a user data. Now, using user data, I want to install HTTPD package and I want to host a static website. I want to host a static website. Okay, cool. Now, come back here. Let me take my credentials properly. Yeah, these are my credentials. Working with user data. Working with user data. So user data is used to execute a script when the instance launched for first time. Okay, let me go to my Terraform server. Let me create a third example using Terraform ls-l. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 completed. Now I'm going to make another directory mkdir3. So third example I'm going to do by using this Terraform. cd space 3, cd space 3. Let's clear it. cd space 3. Let's clear it. Now here vi, I'm going to specify a file name install httpd.sh. Install httpd.sh. I'm creating a script file. Inside this script file, I'm going to specify my script. I'm going to specify my script. Just I'm specifying welcome to Ashok IT. Welcome to Ashok IT. This is my script. I want to execute this script when my EC2 instance is creating. Okay, I created a script in the sh file. It is not a Terraform file, guys. It is a shell script file. It is a shell script file I have created. I want to create EC2 instance by using Terraform. At the time of EC2 creation, I want to execute this shell script. In this shell script file, I have set of commands which are used to install HTTPD server and start that server, host one static website. Host one static website. Okay, script is created. Now let's this shell script is created .sh. Now let's create this Terraform script. Before going to create the Terraform script, first of all, let us check the permission of this file. Do we have execute permission for this file or we don't have execute permission for this file? Script should be executed, right? So do we have execute permission on this file or we don't have execute permission on this file? As a EC2 user, we have created this file. We have read write permission. We don't have execute permission. Do you know how to provide execute permission for the file? How to add a permission to the file? How to change the file permissions in the Linux? chmod command. Okay? chmod command user plus x install httpd.sh. Now see the file permission ls-l. Now check it, user having execute permission or not. Now check it, user is having execute permission or not. Now user is having execute permission. chmod command I am using to change the file permissions. chmod u plus x. I have changed file permission to execute for the EC2 user. EC2 user is the owner of this file. That person should be able to execute that file. Okay. With this, my script is ready. Let's check the script. Install httpd.sh. Can you see? Sudo su yum install httpd package cd var directory echo write this content to the index.html start the service. That's it. This is the script to start web package, install a website. Then vi main.tf. I'm writing my file script here. So in this script, what we are going to tell, launch one EC2 instance, provider data. As we discussed, provider data you can configure in this script file, or you can configure in a separate file, or you can pass as a path variables also. Okay. Now here I'm setting AMI, instance type, key name, security groups. So what is our security group name? It is Ashok IT underscore security underscore group, like this. Now, in order to invoke that file, here we are giving this command, user data. User data is equal to dollar of file. Whatever the shell script file we have created, we can specify the name of that file. Then we can execute it. We can specify name of the file and we can execute it. Clear? Let's take this script now. Let's take this script. Specify this script here. I have given user data. For the user data, I have given a file name. That file contains my shell script. Okay, execute it now. So check it. How many files are available now? Two files are available. One is SSH file, which contains a script. Second one is main.tf. There I have my Terraform script, which is used to create EC2 machine along with this user data. Okay. So how to execute the commands? Terraform init plan apply. Terraform init. Yes, Terraform got initialized. Terraform got initialized. Terraform format. Script formatting is done. Terraform validate. Terraform validate. Okay. Yes, configuration is valid. Then next one, Terraform plan. Terraform plan. Planning is also done. Next one, Terraform apply. Auto approve. Terraform apply. Auto approve. Yes, I'm executing this script now, which is going to launch my EC2 instance along with this user data which I have given. If that user data executed successfully, we should be able to access our website by using public IP. EC2 instance is going to create now. Let's check it. Is it creating that EC2 instance? Go to EC2 dashboard, instances. Let's wait. Guys, now see, is it created or not? Yes, it is created. Now you see, initializing. This is the second one. Access this IP address. Go to the browser. Hit the URL. Once that instance got started, we can check it. We can check it. Is it launching our static website or not? Apply completed. Resource got created. What is the resource name I have given? Terraform server. Okay. Terraform server I have given as a resource name. Static website. Let's check the security group. Ashok IT security group. Inbound rule. Okay. Guys, can you see inbound rule is enabled? Yeah, it is enabled. Yes. Are we able to access our website? Are we able to execute user data also by using our Terraform script? Are we able to execute user data also by using Terraform script? Yes or no? Website is accessible or not? Website is accessible or not? Yes. Okay. So with this, we understood how to work with this EC2. Guys, so similarly, can we create one S3 bucket? Creating S3 bucket using Terraform. So this is the script we can use. Creating S3 bucket using Terraform script. Creating S3 bucket using Terraform script. We can do that. Okay, here you can specify your access key. Your access key. Here you can specify your secret key. Your access key and your secret key you need to specify. By using this, you can create one S3 bucket using Terraform. So that this Terraform is used to create the infrastructure. EC2 creation we have done. Okay. User data also we are able to execute. Similarly, I want to create one S3 bucket. So what should be the name of the resource? AWS S3 bucket is the resource name. Here I'm specifying bucket name. ACL is a private for the bucket. Versioning enabled. I'm enabling the versioning. Tag name also I'm giving for that. So this script you can use to create one S3 bucket in the AWS by using Terraform. So can you guys practice this bucket creation? Can you guys practice this bucket creation? Yeah. So practice this bucket creation script is also available. Right. Next one. Guys, sir, how to learn all this scripting? How can we learn this scripting? Suppose I want to create one database, or I want to create a load balancer. I want to create a VPC in the AWS by using Terraform. How to learn this scripting? You no need to by heart anything because this is their own language. They provided documentation for everything. So whatever the resource you want to create by using Terraform, so that the syntax, whatever the script you need to write, that the scripting syntax is already provided by HashiCorp in the official website of the Terraform. Suppose I want to deal with a VPC. I want to deal with VPC. So here they have given AWS documentation. So everybody should learn this HCL from this documentation given by Terraform. Terraform registry website is available. So I have given the script for EC2 creation. I have given the script for S3 creation. So tomorrow we need to create S3 buckets. We need to create VPC, subnets, private subnet, public subnet, how to create a database, how to create a API gateway, how to create a ECS, how to deploy, how to create a ECS service cluster, how to work with EKS, Elastic Kubernetes cluster, how to use AWS Fargate, how to use AWS Lambda using Terraform. So there are 200 plus services are available in the AWS. So is it easy to by heart all this script? Can we butify the script here? Can we butify the script of the Terraform? No. So if you want to create one infrastructure in the AWS, okay, if you want to create an infrastructure by using AWS, like how to create a RDS database, how to create a domain name, how to map our application to domain name by using Terraform, those exercises we have to do. Okay, for that there is a documentation in the Terraform. So see here, if you want to work with the API gateway in the AWS by using Terraform, they have given AWS API gateway. So this is the script they have given. For every service in the AWS cloud, they have given the script. Okay, now you see this documentation for API gateway, for data sources, okay, amplify, app flow, auto scaling, backup, batch, cloud map, cloud9, cloud formation, cloud front, cloud watch. If you want to create a cloud watch, if you want to create a cloud watch alarm, here they have given the script for that. So this is the script that we need to use to create a cloud watch alarm. Cloud watch alarm. Okay. Now, similarly, if you want to do some other operations in the AWS cloud, if you want to work with the DynamoDB, yes, for a DynamoDB contributor insights, they have given the script. If you want to create EC2, they have given the script. If you want to work with ECS, EFS, EKS, ELB, Elastic Load Balancer, I want to create AWS ELB, AWS Load Balancer. So to create the load balancer using Terraform, application load balancer, if you want to create, they have given the script for that. So for everything, the documentation is available. So if you are good in reading this documentation, then easily you can work with the Terraform. If you want to work with Elastic Beanstalk application, so they have given a script to work with Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, resource names are very important here. Elastic Beanstalk application, AWS Elastic Beanstalk application. That is the resource name they have given. Okay. Now, next one, Elasticsearch, IAM, Identity and Access Management, access key, access alias, IAM group, group membership, group policy, profile, IAM policies, IAM rules, everything, whatever you need to do, whatever you want to do in the IAM service in the AWS can be done by using Terraform. Okay. Now, KMS, key management is available. Lambda section is available. Light sail section is available. Light sail section is available. Redshift RDS, relational database. AWS DB cluster snapshot, AWS DB instance. I want to create a database by using this Terraform. Yes, they have given the script. By writing this script, you can create a RDS database in the AWS using Terraform. Are you guys getting my point? So for your project, what infrastructure you want? For that infrastructure, you need to create the Terraform script. If you don't know the syntax, you don't need to by heart that syntax also, because Terraform is giving official document, is providing all the syntaxes for the script that you need to write in the official website. That is a Terraform registry. So which service you want to use in the AWS, how to create it by using Terraform, that documentation you can see. Somebody asked me, sir, how to create a RDS database using Terraform? This is the resource script. That's it. Are you guys understanding my point? Are you guys understanding my point? What is the username password we want to give for the database? Yes, database username, database password. Which version of the MySQL database you want? 5.7 version. Okay, right. DB also we can create from this Terraform. Route 53. Somebody asked me how to deal with the domains. Domain, registered domain. Okay. So if you want to map your application to a particular domain, so you need to configure your domain name. You need to configure your name servers, and you need to tag it. Right. Now Route 53 service is available. Route 53 health check, hosted zone. So for Route 53 record creation, I want to create a record in the Route 53. What is your zone ID? What is your domain name? What type of record you want to create, that you can keep it. So for every service in the AWS S3, I want to create S3 bucket creation. I have given a script for that. Okay. AWS S3 ACL bucket creation. Yes, S3 bucket. Resource, AWS S3 bucket ACL. Resource you can write, AWS S3 bucket. Resource you can specify. So how to create the buckets in the AWS S3 management? How to create simple notification, SNS, SQS, right? Secret manager, security, VPC. I want to create a VPC for my infrastructure setup, virtual private cloud. How to create a VPC by using Terraform. Here, VPC virtual private cloud, network ACL, route table, subnet creation, default VPC, everything is mentioned here. So you just need to understand which service you want to set up in the AWS. For that, go through this documentation. Go through this AWS documentation. AWS provider documentation is available. This is the latest documentation of the Terraform. So by using this, you can write the Terraform scripts as per your requirement. I have given this link in the chat box where you can refer this. Okay. Tomorrow we are going to do few more exercises on the Terraform. How to create a database, how to map this domain name by using Terraform, how to create a VPC by using Terraform, the basic common services that we need in the AWS. We are going to do few more scripts in the Terraform, and tomorrow we'll conclude our discussion related to Terraform. So if any service, even I can't remember the script of the Terraform for all the services in the AWS. When I need to write a script for a particular service, I will go through this documentation. I will see the syntax and I'm going to write this. What is the difference between Terraform and Beanstalk? What, man? What kind of question you are asking? Is there any relation between Terraform and Beanstalk? Beanstalk will just set up the platform to run your application. That's it. Terraform will create complete infrastructure. Terraform will create complete infrastructure, whatever you need for your project. Beanstalk is just for application. Beanstalk is just for application purpose. Okay, good. Anybody having any questions? Can you raise your hand now? Anybody having any questions? Can you raise your hand? You can speak now. Yeah, Siddhartha, Mayur, what's your doubt?
Yes, sir. Basically, I am not able to start Jenkins. I don't know what is the problem is.
Yes, sir. You sent a message in the Telegram, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I will check that, man. Once I will check it, I will let you know.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Mayur, what's your question?
My question is regarding Terraform. Like when we, like have created the instance using Terraform apply means init, then plan and then apply. Then